What's up, everybody? Welcome to Thundernut DFS. This is my Draftkings PGA picks for the 3M Open. Got another week for the second week in a row where we have no course history, so we're going to look more into the stats and the recent form there. Last week was kind of a crapshoot with a lot of high-priced guys missing the cut, and then a lot of low-priced guys that were doing very, very well. And then Nate Lashley won. He was not in the Draftkings player pool, which sucked so bad because if you guys watch my videos, I play Lashley every week as a punt. So it sucked to see him in first place, and I didn't even get a chance to play him. I've been very nice at him winning under 5%. So I guess it happens, and we'll move on. But just very upsetting to see that. But another week this week, like I said, we're gonna look more into the stats and more into the recent form with no course history. I don't think you have to really go up into the 10K and up range. I think just like last week, we're going to see a lot of low-priced to mid-priced guys do fairly well here. It's going to be another low-scoring course. I think the winning score can be around -20. I don't think it's going to go up to -25 or nothing like that, but I do think it's going to be a low-scoring course here. There are a lot of bunkers, and there's a lot of water hazards, so you're going to want guys that do not go into the bunkers and water hazards a lot. A lot of good drive percentage guys and a lot of driving accuracy. Before you get started with the video, if you guys can leave a like on the video and also subscribe if you haven't yet. I recently got 200 subscribers, so thank you guys for that. I'm going to be posting my MMA video Thursday. We got UFC 239. A lot of good contests on there, so make sure you guys check that out and subscribe so you don't miss out on that. So let's get into the video. So the stats you're going to want to be looking for are driving accuracy, par 5 scoring, birdie or better percentage, good drive percentage, strokes gained off the tee, strokes gained approaching the green, and par 4 scoring. So if you guys want access to my stats, I'm on Patreon. It's $5 a month, and you get the whole model and everything in that. And I'll get more into detail in that and later in the video, but let's get started with my plays. So in the 10K and up range, like I said, you don't really need to play these guys. I think you can go more balanced lineup, 8Ks, 9Ks. But if you do want to play in the 10K and up range, which I am a little bit, I do like Hideki. 11,100 is my number one 10K and up play. He is, you get a $800 price savings from Brooks. I feel like Hideki's one of the safest plays. I feel like you can play him in cash. Upsides there as well. But at this price, you're going to want him to get a top 5. So I do like Hideki a lot. He's been on fire in the past 5 contests. He has an average finish of 15. So like I said, I feel like he's a very safe play. And then we got Jason Day, 10,900. He seems to be doing very good lately with an average finish of 34.8 in the past 5 tournaments. But he did have that 98th place miscut. So it seems to be doing better than his average finish suggests. All the stats rank out very good here. I do think he can get a top 20. This seems like a course he can win at for sure. So I would have some Jason Day at 10,900. I do like that price. And then you got Bryson 10,500. He went through kind of a rough stretch, a couple missed cuts in a row, and then he's got it going in the past 3 tournaments. He has a 22nd finish, a 35th finish, and then an 8th finish. So he's getting back to how he's usually been doing, and then I think he can do good this week as well. And at 10,500, I love that price. So we'll be playing some Bryson as well. And then the 9K range, this range is tricky to say the least, because I do think a lot of these guys are going to be low owned, and that is crazy because they are such good plays, but it's just their price is very unattractive. I usually see these guys around 8,000. So I do think they're going to be a little bit lower owned because of that bump up in price. But I do like him as my number one play in the 9K range. He's just been playing so good. He has the 7th place, 21st finish, and then another 21st finish in the past 3 tournaments. He went through a really bad rough stretch for a couple weeks where he's missing cuts, doing very bad. But he's been doing very good recently. I think he's back. He's very, very talented. He does have a really high upside. 9,000, which was a little bit lower, but I'll still be playing him. And then Sabatini, 9,500. Like I said, I wish he was priced a little bit lower, but he's been probably one of the most consistent guys all year. Um, doesn't I think he has maybe one missed cut all year. Uh, in the past 5 tournaments, he has an average finish of 16.8, which looks like it's second best out of everybody. So, although I do wish he was priced a little bit lower, I will be playing Sabatini at 9,500. I think is a very safe play. And then you got Neiman there at 9,300. I think this is more of a upside play, more of a GPP play, but he's been doing fantastic in the past 3 weeks. He has a 31st, a 5th, and another 5th place finish. So he seems to be getting going. Um, I actually don't mind the 9,300 just because of his upside and how good he's been playing. His average finish of 19 in the past 5 tournaments. All the stats rank out great for Neiman. I think he's going to be lower owned because his price tag is so high, but the upside is definitely there. And I do love this 9K range a lot. I think there's a lot of good plays in there in Sabatini and Neiman. And then next we got my 8K range. You got Streelman, 8,900. Like I said, a lot of these guys are getting priced up a lot, and I don't really like that price, but he has been doing very good. I think he'll be a little bit lower owned due to his price. I'd like to see him around 8,200, but I will be playing him at 8,900 regardless. Um, yeah, Streelman has been very good. He has an average finish of 26th in the past 5 tournaments, so that's pretty good. All his stats rank out very good here. And I do think he's going to be a very good play. You got Scott Piercy, 8,200. Again, this is another safe play that I really like. 8,200. Piercy's been very, very solid all year overall, although he does have that 52 place finish and then 117th two of his tournaments ago. So looks like he's going through a little bit of a rough stretch, but I do think he's safe regardless. I think he can bounce back from those rough finishes. I do think he's a really safe play at 8,200. I actually like that price a lot. They priced him down from what he was last time. I believe he was like maybe 9,000 or high 8,000s last time we seen Piercy. And then Charles Howell, just a really nice upside play here. It seems like he went through a little bit of a rough stretch, but he seems to be back now. He did withdraw like 5 tournaments ago, and then he had a 41st place finish, and then 106th, and then he had a 52nd, and then a 35th last week. He has a lot of upside here at 8,400. I think he's pretty safe overall. And then Adam Hadwin, 8,100. I really liked him last time. He missed the cut, which was awful, but I'm picking him here again this week, 8,100. It's not a bad play. He has an average finish of 43 in the past 5 tournaments, and with that 92nd place finish last time. So hopefully he bounces back from that. 8,100 is not a bad price, and I will be playing a lot of him. And then Ryan Moore, 8,700. This is just a pure upside play here. I wish he was a little bit lower priced, but he finished 110th last week, and then before that he finished 15th and 33rd before that, and before that he finished 129th. So he's all over the place really. He has a lot of upside though, so I will be playing some more. 7K range, Straka, Tringale, Gooch, Blix, Malnetti, Watney, Spawn. I'm just going to quickly go through these. Straka, he's just been playing very good. Let me see. In the past 5 tournaments, he has an average finish of 42, which is pretty good for a guy in mid 7Ks. And then Tringale, talk about playing good. He's been on fire. I thought they were going to price him up a little bit more than this, which would suck. But like he's not in the 6,000s anymore. They bumped him up to 7,700, which is still not bad for how good he's been playing. He finished 5th last week. He had an 11th place finish and then a 23rd place finish in the past 5. Really, it's boom or bust. He's either going to do pretty good or he's going to miss the cut. Hopefully, he does very good. I do like him this week. Like I said, he's been very good. And then Taylor Gooch. 7,600, not a bad play at all. Stats all rank out very good. And then Blix, same thing. Stats rank out very good. Malnetti is a pretty good play. He has an average finish of 29 in the past 5 tournaments, so he's been very good, very consistent lately. At 7,800, I think is a pretty safe play. And then Watney has an average finish of 35 in the past 5 tournaments. All his stats rank out pretty good here. And then Spawn 7,800. I believe he did pretty good last week, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he finished 13th last week, so I did have a little bit of him last week, finished 13th, and then he has an average finish of 43 in the past 5 tournaments, so he's been doing pretty good. All his stats rank out pretty good here. And then my punt range, which I don't think you really need to go in this range, but if you do want to go in this range, you got Lebiota, Merritt, and Ryder. Lebiota just seems to be very consistent. Merritt with the more upside. All his stats rank out very good this week. So I think if you want more upside, play Merritt. If you want to be a little bit safer, play Lebiota. And then Sam Ryder's not a bad play either as a punt. And then here are my strictly GPP plays. I have 10 on here. All the guys in the previous slides are all guys that are in my player pool. Guys here I might be adding. To my player pool later in the week, but as of now, they're just GPP plays. Might have a couple of them, but they're not officially in my player pool. But we got Patrick Reed, Finau, Hovland, Lashley, Bradley, Morikawa, Kang, Glover, Homa, and then Shank. All these plays aren't bad plays at all. I'd have a couple of them, but like I said, they just missed my player pool. But I might add. I usually add like 2 or 3 later in the week. So here's some couple fades. We got Tony Finau. He's 9,200. I mean, he's been playing awful. He has a 113th finish, 88th, and the 108th, 8th place finish. My bad. He's in the GPP's player pool last slide, but yeah, I'm probably gonna fade Tony Finau. He did have that second place finish 4 tournaments ago. Before that, he was 64th. If he was priced a little bit lower for how bad he's been doing, he does have upside, I guess, but he's just been playing so bad, and I don't think I want to pay 9,200 when there's so many other good plays in the 9,000 range for Tony Finau. And then Phil Mickelson, he's been playing awful as well. Average finish of 91 in the past 5 tournaments. I think this is a very easy fade. He's 8,500. I'm not going to mind fading Mickelson at all. And then you can become a member of my Patreon and receive my lineup percentages. I'm going to do a 20 max every week. 20 max every week. And then I'm going to put my percentages in there. My example lineup, I will be using myself. And also I'm thinking about changing that to a cash lineup. So for just like UFC, I do a cash lineup. It's been on fire. So I might do an example lineup. Example cash lineup for members on Patreon, and then full access to my PGA cheat sheet and model. Has all the stats you need on there, and I star the stats that you're gonna want to look at, the key stats, and then my Showdown PGA picks for basically Sunday Showdown. I'm very good at that. I think I've only lost once in the past like 7 weeks, so. And then Slack chat, we're on Slack chat now. So if you guys have any questions, you can ask me in Slack chat. And that's about it, guys. If you have any questions, you can follow me on Twitter, nut_DFS. You can ask me there. Check out the Patreon. The link's going to be in the description. And that's about it. Might add that cash lineup this week, or if not, next week to my Patreon. So that's something you're going to look at. It's only $5 for PGA. For the whole month. So with that, you get access to everything for the whole month for only $5. You can't beat a price like that anywhere else. Also, we do have MMA, PGA, NASCAR, MLB, and football coming up on there as well. It's only $20 a month for the full package. A lot of you guys have joined, and I really appreciate that. And thank you guys for subscribing. If you haven't yet subscribed, just hit 200 subscribers, and that's about it. See you guys.